Next, I'd like to introduce Nancy Thomas, who is our fearless leader who got this contemporary Cayce of Canada group together. Nan, are you there?
I'm here. Okay. Thank you, John. First of all, I am absolutely thrilled to see Elise. It's been so many years. You bring tears to my eyes. I owe you a letter, and I promise when I don't have so much work, I will keep in contact frequently. Love you. I want to express my greetings and welcome to everyone on behalf of Contemporary Cayce of Canada. And I want to thank John for the hard work that he has done in putting the program together. It's going to be great for all of us. Now, it is my privilege to introduce a very special and dear friend of over 40 years. Judith Stevens was the ARE Search for God study group coordinator when we first met back in the 70s. She has worn many hats at the ARE over the years, including founder of the prison program. And now she serves as National Outreach Volunteers Coordinator. Once again, it's an honor to work with a team of CCFC, Contemporary Cayce of Canada, I should say, and Judith as our mentor. She's been a tremendous help to me. Tonight, Judith will share her gift of working with the Search for God material over many years, and I know each and every one of you will be enlightened. Please welcome Judith Stevens.
Can you hear me, everyone? I am here. I would like to welcome each one of you too. It's exciting for me to be with you in this way tonight. I'm so glad that I was asked to be present. It feels wonderful. And I can't help thinking that all of the people that Elise mentioned who have moved on into the next experience are with us tonight. They are here. They are happy that we are having this get together and that we are continuing this important work. So all of the pioneers, you, all of you, and also the people who have passed from this experience, I salute you. I thank you. In 1931, as most of you know, a small group of friends gathered around Mr. Cayce. It was a very traumatic time for him. He had just lost the hospital, and Gladys said that he was at his lowest ebb. The reading that was given said that if he wasn't used correctly on this side, that he would be taken to the other side where there was much work for him to do. And as you might imagine, that galvanized everyone into action. They immediately called a meeting, and that's how the Search for God program was born. So out of great grief and sorrow came this most wonderful program that most of us have experienced and are experiencing. Right now, we have about 400 groups in the States, not as many as we had when I was there early on when I first met Nan. We had 1,600 groups at the time. But as you all know, times have changed and things have changed along with them. So now we have hundreds of groups meeting online like this group tonight. And that is a wonderful thing. It allows people to come from anywhere. Just last week, I have to tell this to Elise, I don't think she knows yet, but we have just affiliated a new group in the United Kingdom. Ian Dilworth has started the group, and he was trained by John Walsh, who did such good work, as Elise already told you. And that group is going strong, and I hope to be able to sit in with them from time to time. The study group work has been the most important from the readings to me personally. I was so fortunate to come to work at ARE in 1968, and Gladys Davis Turner invited me into her study group, which met across the street from the ARE in the old nurses' quarters right across the street. And so I showed up and was there every Monday night for 17 years until Gladys passed. And when she died, I started a Monday night group to keep it going, to continue the good work. It helped me be a better parent. It helped me in my jobs at the ARE, which have been many, as Nan indicated. It's like wherever I was needed is where I went. And along the way, I met so many of you. I am so happy to see that some of you from the old days are here. In fact, Nan came out of retirement when I called and asked her if she would help us rebuild Canada. And she came out of retirement and has done a magnificent job with the team. So proud of this contemporary Cayce team. The book that we use in Search for God, many of you know about. It is called A Search for God. I don't know if you can see it clearly. This is a version that has both books, but you can get them separately as well. And what always struck me about this work was the first sentence in the preface. It says simply, try living the precepts of this book. And what I understood as I began the work in study group was that this was the pattern given to Mr. Cayce and to all of us to use for our own individual soul development. It was laid out in such a way that every affirmation for each chapter encapsulated the spirit of that chapter. Each chapter built on the preceding chapter. And it made such logical, wonderful sense. The many years that I have been at ARE, I have always tried to talk about the study groups on every program. And I've asked the speakers who go out from ARE to do what Mr. Cayce suggested. Tell your story. Tell how this work has helped you and what it's done. And so that's what we've tried to do. I want you to know that if you need information on study groups, I realize I'm preaching to the choir for many of you, but if you need information, you can go to our website, which is www.edgarcayce.org/our-work-study-groups. And you can find the list of study groups by state, and you'll find Canada, and you'll find other territories. What we're working on now is including the international reps and the contact people, those of you who are conducting study groups or willing to conduct study groups or have a center. Our marketing people are even now working on adding that information to that page. Hopefully we'll have an expanded page or perhaps 2 pages. There is already an international website, and the link is www.edgarcayce.org/about-us-contacts-near-you-international. And I understand from John that there are approximately 60 contacts on that page, and I know we have about 37 centers around the world. So hopefully that is growing. And hopefully it will come back together with the study group program the way it always was for so many years. If you need to know about the materials of study groups, there is a website for that. There's also information on how to begin your meditation practice. And we're happy to send out a starter kit to anyone who wants information for starting a group. We will try to put you in touch with the people near you if we have them, and if we don't, we will put you in touch with the members and friends in your given area. And we will send out from headquarters a template we've created, an invitation letter to let people know that a group is being formed and they are to contact you, and when the group will be and whether it's online or in person. So that website is www.edgarcayce.org/our-work-study-groups and resources. There are many resources on the website which you can go to as volunteers. You can download all kinds of information, all sorts of helpful things for your own lectures and presentations in your area. And I hope that you're making yourself known in those sites. I wonder if you have any questions for me specifically, because I know you have a program tonight and I don't want to take up too much of your time. So I do want to let you know that this year's Euro Congress will be held in Germany, in Mainz, Germany, on September 23rd through 25th. It's being planned right now, and John Van Alken will be leading that. I hope many of you will be able to attend. If you want more information, you may call 888-273-3339 or email tours@edgarcayce.org. Nancy T. Berry, who plans our tours, is working on this and would be happy to hear from you. I know that if I asked you to share your experiences about being in a study group, we would have stories that would keep us going forever. But I will share with you a true story that happened to Dr. Herb Puryear, who many of you may remember when he was on our staff. He said that they were in their study group meeting and his little daughter came to the door to answer the door when the group was meeting, and the person was not a study group member. It was a business person who had come or who was perhaps soliciting in the neighborhood, and said, "May I speak to your parents?" And little Amy told the person at the door, "Oh, they're searching for God." And the person who was coming in kind of abruptly left, not realizing, of course, it was the Search for God study group that they were all meeting in another room in the house. But we all have our ARE stories and our Search for God stories. I want to just close by thanking each of you from the bottom of my heart for the work that you have done and are doing for this work, because it isn't a coincidence that you're here doing this. Each of us is called to this work. I know when you hear from Gretchen Douthit, she's going to talk about soul groups and soul purpose. And I believe that we are all called to do this work together. And it is such a pleasure to be with you. And I hope that you will call me at area code 757-457-7237, my direct line, or email me at judith.stevens, STEVENS, @edgarcayce.org. And I will help you in any way that I can. It is a pleasure and a privilege to be in this work with you. I personally think we may be all part of the Essene group that came in, and here we are back again, or perhaps we're the old Egyptians or the Persians, but whatever it is we are one. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, Judith. There's a question for you in the chat. The question is the Search for God series for those who are not Christian finished yet? I'm not sure what.
Yes, the answer is it is for people of any religion or no religion. Everyone is brought in and no one is turned away. We have learned so much from our Muslim friends, from friends of every faith. And basically we find out that when you study the basis of any religion, the major religions, they're all saying a similar thing. It doesn't matter what we call God. It's that we call God, right? Does that answer the question? Is there anything else you would like to know? You know, Mr. Cayce's background was Christian, and so he was talking to a group of largely Christian people. So some of the terms are there, but don't let that put you off. Dig a little deeper into the work. You'll find the universal principles in the Search for God material.
Oh, she also specifies it was announced in Venture Inward that a revision was coming for the Search for God material, I suppose.
Well, we did have a gentleman in Virginia who did a version of Search for God in regular English, as he called it, and that was in paperback, and some groups have used that with great success. It happens to be out of print right now, but I know we have it in the library, John.
Thank you. All right. Are there any questions for Judith?
I have a comment, if I may. This is Alice. Just to what you said before, Judith, the readings say that no one in the modern times who is interested in the Cayce work has been directly or indirectly associated with Edgar Cayce in Egypt and or Persia. So
Wonderful.
we
Thank
are
you.
all together.
I think so. And let me just ask this group, when you saw the material, when you read the book, when you heard about it, when you researched it, did you not feel something deep inside you that recognized the material? Because that's what happened to me. I didn't believe it. I knew it. I didn't know how I knew it, but I knew it. And that's what I think Elise is talking about. We've had this experience before.
Yes, we have. Thank you so much, Judith. Thank you.